in. Relax. And just getting calm and quiet so that we can start our time together in a peaceful place of prayer. There's a lot of stuff going on out there that's affected us on body, mind, and spirit. So this is our time to be gently into a space of peace, quiet, centeredness, presence. So here we are. And we begin like we do every Thursday by singing our love song to Spirit and to one another. Here's my heart, Lord. Course in Miracles says, all you have to say first thing in the morning is, here I am, Lord. Here's my heart.
Here's my heart, Lord.
So we begin by putting our hand on our heart.
Here's my
Take a
heart,
deep breath.
Lord. Here's my heart, Lord.
And then on the next inhalation, press a little bit against your chest so that you can feel your heartbeat. Here's my heart, Lord. I open my heart to guidance and direction. I open my mind to understanding of all that is so hard to understand these days. Yet I want to keep my heart open.
Speak what is true. I am found. I am yours. I am loved. I'm made pure.
So we come here tonight to be blessed by one another's presence. And we call this place sacred. This is our church, our temple, our ashram, our holy ground. And it's holy because we're in the presence of one another. Our brothers and sisters on this very sacred journey to self-discovery, to self-understanding, to a deconstruction of our egos. As best we can. It's a gentle path.
Speak what is true. 'Cause I am found. I am yours.
Breathing deeply.
I am loved.
Feeling our heartbeat.
I'm made pure.
Exhaling fully.
I can breathe.
Allowing ourselves to be centered.
I am healed. I am free. You are strong.
Asking for the strength, the love, the guidance, and the direction of Spirit. Help us understand. Help us know our worth. Help us know what our task is. To bring love to the world, to bring compassion to the world, to be kindness. Here's my heart, Lord. To be visible love, to be compassion. To be better today than yesterday. To forgive ourselves and others. The ways of the world. Here's my life, Lord. Speak what is true. And check in to understand our own willingness to show up as we've been asked to show up in the world.
I am found. I am yours. I am loved.
I'm made pure.
I have life.
I have life.
I can breathe.
I can breathe.
I am healed.
I am healed.
I am free. 'Cause you are strong.
You are strong.
You are strong. You are light. You
Breathe in, feeling your heartbeat, feeling the prayer and the song well up inside of you. Your willingness to send your prayer out into the world, to the universe, to spirit, so that it circulates and puts a vibration of higher consciousness into the world. Take a deep breath. Let's turn up the sound so we can all feel proud. Just sing out loud. Here's my heart, Lord. Here's my heart, Lord. Don't be shy. Just sing out the Lord. Here's my heart, Lord. Speak what is true. Here's my life. Here's my life, Lord. Here's my life, Lord. Here's my life, Lord. Speak what is true. Deep breath in. Still feeling your heartbeat. Let's take a few moments to be in the silence and connect with our heartbeat. Connect with the prayer that we have inside to understand, and if not to understand, to rise above, that we can continue to love steadily, forgive readily, pray harder, rise higher in spite of circumstances, in spite of all the obstacles we seem to see as obstacles to our ability to love. But at all times and in all things, we can be the ones who love. We can be the ones who respond in kindness. So we see ourselves as the one who rises to the occasion, to be a compassionate responder, to be visible love, to be an instrument of peace. We see ourselves surrounded in light, and in that light is the strength of our conviction to bring healing into the world, to bring light into the world, to bring love into the world. Take another deep breath. And release to the presence of one another. Hi everybody, happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday.
You know, it's been a rough couple weeks, hasn't it? It just seems like every time we meet, there's another big event.
So very sweetie.
Yeah, it seems to be always something to discuss, right? Around big, major issues. We had Irma, then we had Maria, and now we have Las Vegas shootings.
Well, maybe.
Right. Another story.
Already 20 days.
So we're constantly like in this state of hyper alertness, right? It's kind of like our nervous system is on edge. It's just like all this pressure coming toward us of like, what is the meaning of all this? And how am I supposed to respond to all this? And how am I supposed to feel safe in the world? And those things are, it's the reason it's so good to have a spiritual community and to have a spiritual path, because it's something we can rely on that is never changing. It is unchanging, it's always true, it's always strongly reminding us that we do have a purpose here. There is a place for us, and that place is specifically to continue showing up as kindness, as love, as light. It doesn't mean we don't have our feelings, it doesn't mean we don't have our fears, it doesn't mean we don't have our reactions to what's going on out there, but we don't add to the difficulty of it by engaging in anger and reactivity. And so many things have come up since the shooting. I heard lots of things that people have been posting. I heard something that someone said, and I don't know who to attribute it to, but I really liked it a lot. Is a young man, was asking his mother, like, for the meaning of all this. There's There's people doing all this harm in the world. And her response to him was, look for the helpers. Watch the helpers who rush in. Like, focus on that. Focus on the people who are doing good, who come in to save lives, to help, to start the recovery of any place, whether it's Puerto Rico or whether it's Las Vegas or whether it's right here at home, you know, and that we have to see ourselves as those people, you know, as those people who are willing to do the help. And there's always something we can do. You know, it's one thing to be a presence for prayer and to send prayer and love and light. It's also something to be present to actually do something if you can, you know, like whether it's to donate your time or donate goods, or if you're in a place where you actually can be of service directly and hands-on. The Course in Miracles just wants us to keep remembering who we are and who everyone else is. And we don't want to get caught up in adversarial. You know, you might want to be an advocate for changing the gun laws, but that's different than thinking, well, I should just carry a gun everywhere I go and shoot back. You know, there's different ways of thinking and seeing that, so that we don't become part of the violence. We don't want to become a part of the violence. We want to become part of this peaceful solution. So I like that idea of look for the helpers. So that you can see. Why are you looking for the helpers? You're looking for the helpers so that you can see that there is good in the world. That we don't have to lose hope. That we don't have to think that, you know, this is the apocalypse. You know, this is the end of the world because bad things are happening. Because, you know, bad things have been happening since the beginning of the world, since the beginning of time. And there's more horrendous ways of doing bad, you know, because we have assault rifles and things like that, and we have, you know, global warming, if you believe in that. You know, there's things that are changing the earth, and we have more exposure to everything because we see, you know, through television and through media. So we're constantly being exposed to all this stuff, and it affects us. And I read this by somebody whose name is letter L.R. Nost. I don't know who that person is, but if you do, maybe there's somebody that we should know. But it says, do not be dismayed by the brokenness of the world. All things break, and all things can be mended. Not with time alone, but with intention. So go, love intentionally, extravagantly, unconditionally. The broken world waits in darkness for the light that is you. And that's what the Course in Miracles tells us all the time, that you are the light. We are always waiting for the light. And has to say about that? Does anybody have anything that they wanted to say about how they've been feeling this week? Any kind of reaction? All right, let's talk about next week then. Next week is movie night. So we're going to be showing A Course in Miracles. A Course in Miracles is a movie that was put together by James Twyman. James Twyman, they call him the Peace Troubadour. He goes all over the world, actually. And he holds like peace prayers. He's even gone to Syria and some war-torn areas. And he wrote a song for every lesson in the Course in Miracles.
I listened to this sometimes.
So, yeah, you can actually go on YouTube and put James Twyman, lesson 177. Mm-hmm. I am entitled to miracles. You know, like, he'll just sing it's a song, they all kind of sound alike, you know, because it's not like just for women to get your mammogram. And the other thing is, tonight is the full moon. It's the full moon night. And so we're combining Course in Miracles with the full rituals. Course in Miracles isn't a religion, right? It's a faith path. It's a mystical study. And so we, as people who are looking to connect to one another, look to groups like this. It's an ironic paradox, right? Because the Course in Miracles says that it's an individual study, but we always look for groups because we really need each other to help sort of discuss things and bounce ideas off each other and help each other understand what it's really all about. But it doesn't talk about any kind of ritual other than, you know, do your work, do your practice, do the blessings. And so the full moon cleansing ceremony is an opportunity to take the Course principles and sort of in a ritualistic manner, watch ourselves step into that light and be a blessing to one another. And so usually we do it out on the beach. It's been raining a lot at night. They're saying there's like a 70% chance of rain this evening, so I'm going to try and get you all out here before the rain gets too hard. But in the meantime, let's do some hopefully we'll get out there before it rains so we can actually see the more. And we saw a little bit last night, some people saw it, but again, it rained last night also, so, we're gonna have some heavy rains for the next few days, because there's hurricane brewing, somewhere, so. All right, if you have your book, let's open to